Hello everyone and welcome back to the forest zone of our world zoo in Zoo Tycoon 2. And yeah, to say the least, it's been a little while, like maybe almost a year. I love your beaver hat, ma'am. Oh my gosh, and look at all of these flowers. Oh, it's been way too long. But because I have just gotten back from my big trip to Asia, living in Taiwan for 3 months, and returning from that trip and coming back to the beautiful oak tree forest that I happen to live in Michigan reminded me of how beautiful the forest is and how much I love forest, and that made me think about the forest zone here in our world zoo in Zoo Tycoon 2. So I wanted to dive back in with you guys and revisit our beautiful forest zoo, see how it's doing, and maybe spend a few days sprucing things up and adding in some new exhibits. If I remember correctly, we were working on some fun exhibits, including some exhibits for the wolves. And what? I don't remember. Oh yeah, we were doing like a Christmas theme exhibit. I totally forgot we had like a special theme exhibit going on over here. Look at the kids eating ice cream, and they have a little bit of snow coming from the snow machine over here. We did such a cool job with this. This is awesome. And we have our Ethiopian wolves over here, if I remember correctly too. Let's go in and see how those guys are doing. There, right there, Ethiopian wolf, Ethiopian wolf. Also, pardon the lag, this game is ancient and I add way too many plants to make the maps very happy. So if you ever see a little bit of lag, remember this game is possibly older than some of you are. That's kind of weird to think about. And yeah, I add in so many plants and it can cause a wee bit of stuttering. So apologies for that from time to time, but we can make it through. Look at this. Look at this. Our Ethiopian wolves. If I remember correctly, they had just started to breed last time. Do you need cleaned up a little bit, buddy? Is this just not, is the tree in the way? I wonder if that tree is actually causing problems for our wolf. We might have a few too many trees over here. That tends to be a problem we have in a lot of our exhibits. Look at this guy. Oh, you're beautiful. Oh my gosh, let's go ahead and give him a little groom. Oh my goodness, Ethiopian wolf 4 wants to reproduce but can't find a mate. Now that could be a little bit of a problem. So let's go ahead and see. I think it's a fully grown Ethiopian wolf and that's why. And it's going to climb up. Oh, look at that. Did you see that? And we have a zookeeper who's just like walking through the water cleaning up for the wolves, but I think that is because the Ethiopian wolf has actually reached adulthood. Is the mother still here? And the mother for the Ethiopian wolves appears to have already passed on, so we might have to go ahead and get a new female, maybe adopt out the older male, or actually he's proven that he can raise kids, so we might get him a new female pretty soon to share his little exhibit with. But anyway, the other reason I wanted to dive into our forest zone, other than just like cooing over the beauty of what we've built in the past, is also to celebrate Siberian lynx. And yes, my friends, let us push our way through the leafy oh, I forgot we had wild peafowl just running around the place. Hi, buddy. Oh, he's so cool. I love him. Oh, I totally forgot we had just the peafowl roaming around in the wild. And a lot of you guys still leave comments about, Seri, why do you call them peafowl? Well, you guys, the species name for these birds is peafowl. And this is a peacock, a male. And there are female peacocks as well. Ethiopian wolf 2 just died of old age. They had such a brief life. Oh my gosh, that's so sad. All right, well, I guess it's time to kind of adopt out our Ethiopian wolves. We have a, let's see, this is a male, and then, oh no, this is a female. And then I think we have Ethiopian wolf 4 is also a nope. Okay, Ethiopian wolf 4, come here. All right, there we go. Also a female. All right, and Ethiopian wolf 4 was the one who wanted a mate. So we're going to go ahead and we'll adopt out. So we're going to put up for adoption, or actually we'll release to the wild so we can support the wild populations of Ethiopian wolves. This wolf, and then there we go. And then we'll come over here and we are going to go ahead and we will adopt a male Ethiopian wolf. I need to find the Ethiopian wolf category though. Let's see, that's the smutch and striped rabbit. We'll talk about why I was looking at smutch and striped rabbits in just a moment here. And let's see, Ethiopian wolf, We want a male this time. I should have adopted out the other Ethiopian wolf. We could have gotten so much money. Oh, well, it's not about money. It's about taking care of the animals, right? All right. So now we have a new male and female Ethiopian wolf. They're howling and making little noises at each other. Let's put down... you know what? I feel like I made their exhibit a little bit too crowded. So let me remove some of these things so that they've got a little bit more room to kind of work their way through their exhibit. And let's put down some enrichment items with like some beef shank. Whoa, sorry about that. Some beef shanks, and we'll put down a bone or two. So it's like they just stumbled on a carcass of some kind. And hopefully that will make them pretty happy. It's making all the people who are watching the Ethiopian wolves pretty happy. All right, what do you guys think? Yeah? Well, hopefully we'll have some Ethiopian wolf pups pretty soon. There we go. We'll give them a little groom job. Oh, what's this? What are you two up to? No way, are they already making new Ethiopian wolves? They sure are. That took no time at all. I can't believe that. They are already working on making some baby Ethiopian wolves. So we're going to have some wolf pups in just a second here, which is pretty exciting. All right. But anyway, let's dive back in, because the other reason I wanted to come and just bask in the beautiful greenery and the trees of our forest zone is to teach you guys some cool facts about the Siberian lynx. Oh gosh, and every... Yeah, shake that booty, little guy. Yeah, you show off those tail feathers. Look at him go. Oh my gosh, I love these wolves. Or these wolves. It's because I just got an alert that the Ethiopian wolf 4 is pregnant. So cool. I love these peafowl. He is here formally greeting all of the guests and trying to entice this peahen, which is the female name for the peacock, who is currently greeting the guest at the entrance of our zoo. And it looks like we're having a lot of people leave because they didn't get snacks. So we might have to work on that in a little bit. Hey, buddy. Hi, how are you doing? All right, so they seem to be doing well. But yes, again, it's all the plants, the trees that are a little laggy, but I still love them. These beautiful mushrooms that made me want to come back in and share the forest zone with you guys again. And also a really interesting article that I read just a couple days ago about the Siberian lynx, also known as the Iberian lynx. It is a wild cat. Oh, and we'll go ahead and do a little bit of cleaning in our zoo whilst we move through the area, tidying up the trash bags and whatnot. But the Iberian lynx, aka the Siberian lynx, is a wild cat native to Spain, to parts of Spain, and it is kind of like a bobcat of Spain, if you will. And the poor little thing, it is almost extinct. Its numbers were down to just 100 Iberian lynxes left in the entire world. So we're talking about a wild cat whose numbers were almost completely eradicated. And there's been a lot of breeding efforts, though, a lot of breeding and conservation efforts to try to bring the Siberian lynx back from the brink. And we have a lot of breeding efforts in here. Oh my gosh, I didn't know I had so many lynx kittens. Why did no one tell me I had so many lynx kittens? Oh my gosh. Yeah, we may have been doing some major work to help out with the Iberian lynx population. Oh my goodness gracious. I honestly did not know that we had so many Iberian lynxes in our zoo here. But I was really excited because their numbers were knocked down to just 100 of these beautiful wildcats in Spain. And unfortunately, 22 out of, think about that, 22 out of 100 is a fourth of the entire remaining population in the entire world of wild Siberian lynxes died from car accidents. So people hit them with their cars. Almost a fourth, 25% of the entire wild population of Siberian lynxes left in the entire world. There's probably less than 100, like there's more than 100 students in most of your guys' classes back at school. I mean, that's how small that number is. Were hit by cars, and that's really sad, and they had to do something to save the population of Siberian lynx in the wild. And so one of the big things that they've done is that they have radio collared and GPS tracked a ton of these lynxes. They have given them collars, they have given them chips so that they can track them all over the place, and they were able to start relocating the lynxes when they were getting into areas that were too dangerous for them to be in. Oh my goodness, these trees. Why do you give me so much? Oh, it's the water too. Trees and water can give you a lot of lag. So let's go ahead and we're just gonna kind of ease this up with such a huge population, and we're also next to the deer forest, which is really jam-packed with trees, trust me. But yes, so they started putting GPS trackers on a lot of these lynxes to try to make sure that they could figure out where they're going, how they could prevent these Siberian lynxes getting hit by cars, because it was happening so often. And they were able to relocate a lot of the lynxes, and they were able to try to kind of put up better barricades and to reorganize the roads a little bit so that the wild populations wouldn't be getting hit by cars every 2 seconds. And they also have really worked on adding in more of the rabbits that these guys eat. So Siberian lynxes diets are almost 100% rabbits, which is so interesting to me. I'm used to thinking about a carnivore as being a creature that will just kind of eat whatever it can fit in its mouth, right? Like crocodiles aren't very picky. I don't think lions are going to be very picky. I don't think my cats who used to be outdoor cats, I do not proposition outdoor cats are not a thing I support anymore unless we're talking about this kind of cat. But when they were outdoor cats, they weren't picky. Everybody that I think of when I think of predators just will eat anything, right? But these Siberian lynxes, their preferred diet, the thing that they really hone in on, they really focus on, the thing that an abundance of makes them feel like, hey, it's time to have some babies and have kittens, and I can support this population of kittens, is rabbits. So one of the other big things that they have done to try to support the lynx population is they have supplied a ton more rabbits to the countryside where these lynxes are native to. And that is to try to make sure that there's enough of a population of their prey items that it will support the lynx population. And also when there's an abundance of your prey items as a predator, then you might be a little bit more in the mood to try to have some kits because you can believe, oh, I could support them. Some species are very locked in on seasons for when they are going to be having their babies. And some species are really locked in on an abundance of food is what will make them think, I think I'm going to have some babies now. So good news, even though the sad news of so many lynxes being hit by cars was there, the good news is that really spurred the GPS motives, that really spurred more efforts to be even more resilient at trying to build up their population. Oh, thank you for pooping right in front of me, Lynx. We'll go ahead and groom you and clean that up while we're here. And now the numbers, especially with releasing captive bred populations, have climbed up to over 300. So over 300 of these beautiful wild cats are now roaming the wilds in Spain, up from almost nothing. Like statistically, it's just, I'm so happy for them. And when I read that article, I thought about our little Iberian lynx family that we had put over here. And when we built this spot in our forest zoo zone, guys, that was back when it looked like the population might be snuffed out forever in the wild. So it's very exciting to be able to come in now and be able to say, hey, look at this exhibit that we built for the Siberian lynxes. Look at how well our Siberian lynxes in the zoo have done. And guess what? The Siberian lynxes in real life are making a big comeback. And I just think it is so important to always give a lot of praise to the people who have worked so hard for those conservation efforts and for the dynamic way and they just bred. We're gonna have more Siberian lynxes in a second here. Oh my gosh. But to really praise the people who have worked in a dynamic way with new technology like the GPS tracking and the captive breeding programs they've done to help these little ones survive. So if you guys live anywhere that there might be like Siberian lynxes or other wildcats like this, let me know because I'm really curious. I really would love to know more about like if anybody tries stuff on a local level or if it's going to be like the red wolves when I lived in North Carolina where people were really opposed to the red wolves being in the forest because the people who had money were the hunters and they wanted to not have any competition. So that's actually why the red wolf lost in North Carolina and they will probably no longer ever be in the wild again. So there's my little ramble there. I'm just really excited to share some good animal news with you. However, reviewing our Siberian lynx exhibit, it definitely needs cleaned up. So today I think we're going to remove a couple trees. I think that it could definitely stand to maybe have this waterway shrunk just a bit because they have this pool over here. And I'm a little over eager with the trees sometimes. I'm also going to take out some trees from my deer exhibit so that we can have a little bit less lag, because I would like to spend time with our animals. As fun as my trees are, see how smooth it starts getting once I start removing them? Yeah, I just have to accept that sometimes less is more. So we're going to remove a couple there, and don't worry, I don't have a fever or anything. We always get such funny comments when I start like being willing to remove trees. All right, so we've got like lavender and oregano, grandmother and grandfather going on over here, and multiple siblings, and there's just so many lynxes. This is very, very impressive. We definitely need, there we go, the temperate grassland. I don't know if that's actually what we want for our Siberian lynxes for a biome, but let's go ahead. We're going to free up some of this area. We're going to kind of smooth this spot out. We'll still give them a nice little watering hole that they can come down. In fact, let's do this. See, we can come down here and they still have a really nice little watering hole that they can jump in and they can swim around because they're itty bitty lynxes. But that way they'll have more area, more room to roam, and I think that will really suit them quite well. So what are some of my other, and my Zoo Tycoon 2, for those of you wondering, is indeed immensely heavily modded. So it's ridiculously modded if you're wondering like where all of this comes from. And let's see, a lot of those mods are just not available anymore. Let's see, open woodland. Let's go ahead and we'll do like a little open woodland. I like to mix the biomes sometimes because a lot of animals do hang out in multiple biomes. And it's kind of nice just to have like a little splash of green here and there. So, oh dear. And next time we'll actually have to take care of some of the zoo stuff because apparently our zoo is like freaking out right now. All right. And actually a lot of the pictures that I looked up when I looked up what does it look like for Siberian lynxes in the wild, like what do their homes look like, it doesn't have a bazillion and a half trees like I put in here. They're actually really, really open sort of spaces. Do I want to remove that? I really like that back there actually. It's really open spaces. Look at the kits. They're coming down to play by the waterside now. And those open spaces are great because it's like open grassland areas where you can find a lot of rabbits. So we'll try to like smooth things out, make it a little nicer for our lynxes. There we go. Maybe smooth out the waterway a little bit. And now this way it'll be easier for them to get in and out of it. Smooth down some of the dramatic hills that we made just a wee bit. There we go. Look, and everybody's like, ah, cool. I can nurse my kits and take a nap right over here. Good. I really like that. I think that's going to turn out very well. Nice. All right. So there we go. These guys are taken care of. The other thing I think we need to do, and let's put down a few more of these really cool cactuses. Because again, it was like really open grasslandy area that the lynxes in a lot of the pictures I looked up to see what it looks like. They're so beautiful when they're running and chasing after the bunnies. I was trying to say bunnies. There we go. And there we go. And I thought it was just a great lesson in how you have to take care of your chain of your ecosystem, of the like food chain, because a lot of the push for taking care of the Siberian lynxes in real life was reintroducing and really encouraging the presence of their normal prey, the rabbits. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm going to try to look up and see if I can learn a little bit more about exactly what kind of species. Like, could it be any old rabbit? How many species of rabbit does Spain have? I'm curious now. I love these kinds of questions too. It's very good to be curious, you guys. It is one of the best ways to live. I can promise you that. All right. So I think we've tidied up the exhibit quite a bit. Kind of eased it up a little. I sort of want to put like a little bit of sand down here. I think that would be like a nice idea. Let's see. Not tropical. Where is my like open woodland? Maybe a little bit of like surf sort of color. What does that look like? Like nothing. Well, let's try Icelandic forest. What about like fern forest down here? What does that look like? That's pretty good. That's kind of like where you would expect like the sand and the soil to meet right there. So there we go. All right. And we might edit that up a little bit more in the future. Or I should say like add in some more plants. Oh no, they're breeding again. They apparently really like the changes we've done to the exhibit then, because they're already working on making more lynxes for us. But we definitely need to ease up the population in here. So let's go ahead and we are going to take any of the ones, we're going to put it up for adoption. And that actually does bring us a little bit of money. So we're going to say that that is kind of like, all right, we'll adopt you out, my friend. We'll keep Oregano, who is one of our originals, and Lavenders, who is also another one of our originals. She is not currently expecting. We want to make sure we don't adopt out any of the ones who might be currently expecting. All right, Spanish Lynx 11 is not expecting. We'll adopt that one out. So many lynxes. 9, not expecting. We'll adopt him out. There we go. Another male who can be adopted out. This one seems to be a female. No, a male, so he can be adopted out. There we go. Wow, we have so many lynxes. So clearly the population has been doing quite well. Yeah, this one doesn't have any kits. We can adopt her out. Yeah, this population appears to have done very, very well, and we just adopted out a ton of them. But it should be totally fine because we've still got some breeding pairs. Look at the little kits. And we've got some babies to watch grow up. So there we go, guys. All right. I'm really excited. I am very happy to be back in Zoo Tycoon 2. As you guys may know, because I have returned home from Taiwan and because we are actually exiting our Summer in Space special event. Whew, this is going to be a really confusing conversation for people who are just like tuning in to the Forest Zone or the Forest Zoo playlist. And they're like, what are you talking about? How has it really been a year since the last episode of this? But because we finished up Summer in Space and thus finished a season where I pumped out a lot more videos than usual and we had more of a theme, then I am in what is called the resting break weeks. And I have a couple weeks off, in quotation marks, where I just play whatever the heck I feel like and prepare for the next season behind the scenes. And it takes a lot of work, but the point is I actually get to just like flop around and play things that truly I am just in the mood for, which is really, really fun. And I am in the mood for the Forest Zoo. So you're probably going to see more of the Forest Zone. Yay! Outstanding! As a reward for raising 100,000 in marine animal donations, the marine fountain is now available for purchase in your zoo. I want to do something with that next time. Also, we have some sick peafowl that I need to take care of. So we will be playing more in the Forest Zone, most likely. The other perk of resting season, or like the resting break between seasons, is that there's no set schedule and it's just going to be a fun grand time. But the more excited you guys get about different series, the more excited without fail I get. So if you're really happy to see the Forest Zone come back, really happy to hear news about the Iberian Lynx, really excited about what kind of animals we could add in to this gigantic space we still have to expand in, then let me know. Let's start some of the hype and the excitement and the thrills, and then we will be back here next time to see what other little adventures we can get up to and what other really cool things we can build. That I mean, I've forgotten about this really nice spot. Look at this, man. I've got a little bit more talent from building a zoo than I remember. All right, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.